Good morning, Notre Dame Admissions Snapchat. My name is Ben Willner. I'm an admissions counselor as well as a Notre Dame class of 2016 grad, and today is my Snapchat takeover. Quick little background about me. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. I majored in economics and Chinese, and I lived in Carroll Hall here at Notre Dame, which is the best dorm on campus. Throughout the day, I'm going to be taking you around campus, showing you some must-see spots as well as a few hidden gems around, but also answering questions, so make sure to send any in if you have them. Just as a quick disclaimer though, throughout the day I will not be handing out any admissions decisions, so keep the questions purely informational. Thanks. Now from books to backpacks to hats to shirts, I guarantee you the Notre Dame Bookstore has it all. Welcome to the second floor. We received a couple of questions, the first one being about opportunities for students to work on campus and whether or not the majority of students do work on campus. There are definitely a lot of opportunities for students to get jobs on campus, to work, whether it's in the dining halls, the library, the other eateries on campus, or just other organizations throughout. And a pretty good number of our students, a good percentage, will actually take advantage of that, whether it's through a work-study program as part of their financial aid package or just to earn a little extra money during their time as a student. The second question I received was about most popular and least popular majors here at Notre Dame. Now, I'm going to break this down by individual college and school here at Notre Dame to make it a little easier. When it comes to the most popular majors, for College of Arts and Letters, economics, political science, and history, Mendoza College of Business, definitely finance. For the College of Engineering, it's usually mechanical engineering. For the College of Science, it's usually either biological sciences or our pre-professional studies program. Lastly, we have the School of Architecture. Now, this one's pretty easy because the School of Architecture only contains one major within it, and that is architecture. So by default, it is the most popular. Now, in addition to being a great place to buy all of your Notre Dame apparel and gear, Bookstore is also a place to come and stop by, grab some breakfast on a busy day over at the Einstein's Bagels. I received a question asking about whether to apply early action or regular decision and how you know which one is best for you. Regardless of when you apply, whether it be early action or regular decision, your application is going to receive the exact same holistic review process by our office. My advice to students is always to look more at your own personal application, to look at its strength and see when it is at its strongest, when it's absolutely ready, and that's when you should ultimately apply. Early action is a November 1st deadline, so if by that deadline your application is ready to go and you feel that it's as strong as it's going to be, then by all means, go ahead and apply early action. But if your application would benefit from those extra 2 months, waiting until that regular decision deadline, then by all means, wait. Submit the strongest application that you can. Now, Einstein's is, of course, a great place to grab a cup of coffee, some hot tea, a nice warm bagel, but on top of that, they'll actually deliver anywhere on campus right to your dorm if you want them to. Our next stop is known particularly for its late night options. It's open 24 hours a day. It is called Wreckers, and it's located right here behind South Dining Hall. Let's go check it out. Now, from burgers to smoothies to salads to snacks, Wreckers is your go-to place any time of day, any day of the week to get your craving filled. But in particular, Wreckers features its own pizza oven to make you a hot and fresh pizza made to order anytime you want it. The standard student meal plan gets a student 2 meals a day, 14 meals a week in either dining hall, as well as an allotment of flex points that they can use like a debit card at any of the other eateries on campus. If you prefer to stick with the dining hall more consistently, there's also a meal plan option that gets you 3 meals a day, 21 meals a week in either dining hall, but no option for flex points on that one. Alright, I've got to head back to the office for a little bit, get some work done, but don't worry, there's plenty more to come later on in the day. Be sure to keep those questions coming. I'll answer them as they come in. I received a question about study abroad here at Notre Dame, and in particular, the best time to study abroad for students in the College of Science. All students here at Notre Dame have the opportunity to study abroad. You can go abroad as early as the summer after your freshman year, and we offer summer programs, semester-long programs, as well as year-long programs. All of our summer study abroad programs are very popular and very easy to fit into your schedule, but generally speaking, it's junior year that most students will look to go abroad, either for a year or a semester. Of particular note, I would highlight our Puebla, Mexico program, which for students who are interested in going on to medical school is a great program during the fall of your junior year. But just like all of our other students, our College of Science students are able to go abroad to many different countries all around the world and have a lot of flexibility in when and where they choose to go. I've got a couple more questions about opportunities to double major on campus, opportunities to study abroad multiple times, as well as how long it takes to really feel at home here at ND. We do see many of our students picking up either a second major, a supplementary major, or a minor during their time here at Notre Dame. Additionally, it is possible to actually double major or minor across colleges, most commonly using the College of Arts and Letters as your second major, supplementary major, or minor. During my time as an undergrad, I was a double major in economics and Chinese, both within the College of Arts and Letters, and I had many friends who chose to double major or minor as well. If you are truly passionate about studying abroad, we also have opportunities for you to travel internationally doing either research, service, or internships abroad. Now, when it comes to how quickly a student is going to feel at home here on campus at Notre Dame, this is going to vary a lot student to student, but it's a big part of our campus community, making sure every student feels welcome. These residence halls are going to become your family here at Notre Dame. They're your community, your home, and they're places that students really love and really feel passionate about. It's pointed out to me that when I was doing most popular majors, I may have accidentally skipped the College of Science. Within the College of Science, it's usually biology or professional studies which are most popular. Alright, I'm back from lunch. Hope you guys enjoyed that little quick trip inside South Dining Hall. I've gotten a couple of questions as well as some requests for topics, so let's see if we can knock these out here. First question asked about bikes on campus, whether or not it's necessary to have a bike, and if it's easy to have a bike on campus. And many students will choose to take advantage of that by bringing a bike or getting one once they get here. But it's also a very walkable campus, so it's by no means necessary for you to have a bike if you don't really want to. There's always the question of, if you do bring a bike to campus, what do you do with it during the winter months when you might not want to ride it around and you don't want it out in the snow? I also received a question more about me in particular and why I chose to become an admissions counselor here at the University of Notre Dame. As a result, I'm always excited for opportunities to give back to this community and really make it into a better place year after year, day after day. Just as a quick side note, I have a visitor, one of our newest counselors here in the office. Rachel, you want to say hi?
Hey everyone, and Bree.
And Bree is over there as well. I received another question that asked about if your GPA or your test score isn't quite as high as you would like it, that should you still apply or is it even worth it or not? When we evaluate your application, we're doing so holistically. So we're looking at the whole application and really trying to build a picture of you as a student as well as an individual. There are sections of the application that we're going to look at while we're evaluating, 3 of which are academic and 3 of which are non-academic. On the academic side, we're going to look at the rigor of your courses, we're going to look at your classroom performance, as well as your standardized test scores. Every application is different, just as every applicant is different. But if you've given it all you've got and you're confident in the strength of your application, then why not go for it? The Fun is a popular hangout spot, whether it's just getting together with friends at the end of the long day, getting something to eat, or a nice study space to work together as a group. The Mart is your stop for any groceries or other supplies you might need for your dorm room. And then right across the way we have our new Smash Burger. Now, in addition to the LaFortune Student Center, opening this fall, we also are going to have the Duncan Student Center, which is part of the Campus Crossroads addition to the stadium. The Duncan Student Center is going to contain even more food options, as well as similar spaces for students to get together, study, and anything else. However, even with the Duncan Student Center opening, La Fun is still going to remain a very popular spot for our students from all parts of campus. Someone requested that I talk about one of the activities that I was involved in here on campus during my time as an undergrad, which was an improv comedy club called the Humor Artists of Notre Dame. The Humor Artists, or HA, is a club on campus that does sketch comedy, improv comedy, very in a similar style to the television show Whose Line Is It Anyway, if you've ever seen that. It was an amazing part of my undergraduate experience, a lot of fun just to get together with friends, laugh, and make other people laugh in the process. I highly recommend it. Plus, who doesn't love being able to make an entire show out of random words that audience members give you throughout the night? Welcome to O'Shaughnessy Hall, or as it's more commonly referred to, OSHAG. This is where the advising offices are for the College of Arts and Letters, as well as the headquarters for many of the departments. However, if you do have the opportunity to come when they're open, some of the best breakfast sandwiches on campus, as well as a great selection of coffee, hot chocolate, and tea. Received a couple more questions. The first one asked about dorm mass on campus, and the accessibility of it, and how frequent it takes place. All dorm masses are open to all students from all dorms, so it doesn't matter if you're living in a guy's dorm, you can go to a mass in a girl's dorm, and vice versa. Additionally, there are several dorms on campus that put on what we call specialty masses that actually encourage students from other dorms to come, such as the Dillon Hall Milkshake Mass. We generally welcome about 175 transfer students to Notre Dame each fall, the majority of whom are actually rising sophomores who have completed 1 year at another institution. For more information about the transfer process, I would encourage you to check out our website at admissions.nd.edu under Information for Transfer Students. I also received a question about the music department here on campus and kind of how strong that major is and what kind of program we have here. But we do offer majors in both music performance as well as music theory for students who are passionate and interested in it. So sad. Waddick's closed for the summer. Alright, I'm back in the office for a little bit. Gotta let my phone recharge so I can take you to even more places around campus. But I have received a couple of questions, so I want to go ahead and answer those. When a student applies to the University of Notre Dame, you are being admitted and considered for just the university as a whole, not for any one specific college or school. Then when you receive your admissions letter, it could say one of two things. Either you have been admitted and pre-approved for second-year entry into Mendoza, or you've been admitted under your second choice major. If you are pre-approved, then at the end of your freshman year, you will be able to enroll in the Mendoza College of Business just as you would be able to in any of our other colleges or school. Being pre-approved does not mean that you are committed to majoring in business or entering Mendoza. You still have your entire first year to change your mind and decide which college you would like to enroll in. As a result, we see a very high success rate of students who are interested in studying business at the end of their freshman year, ultimately being able to enroll in Mendoza. That evaluation is a parallel but separate approval program, and our admissions decision is going to be based solely on your application and your merits. The next question I received asked about what makes an application stand out, or what you can do to really differentiate yourself in your application. So make sure that when you're filling out your application, your personality, your energy, your passion are really coming through, whether that's through the activities section or through your college application essay. We want to make sure that Notre Dame is a good fit for you as well, because ultimately this decision should come down to where you feel that you are going to be able to thrive the most and where you feel the most at home. My advice would be think about those 6 areas of the application that I talked about and look at what you can do now to really affect and improve upon those even before you get to senior year. Some examples of this would be looking at your schedule and taking some rigorous courses, take some of those honors or AP or IB courses, but also continuing to work hard and really thriving in them. As well as continue to or start to build some relationships with teachers that you feel might be people you could ask for letters of recommendation down the road. But also remembering that you have time, that you still are only in your junior year or earlier, that you're not going through this process right now. So don't let it stress you out too much at this point. And even those rising seniors, remember that the college application process is supposed to be exciting. It's supposed to be your chance to put your best foot forward and tell colleges why you are great. Now, the next question I got was about getting in touch with your Notre Dame admissions counselor, the admissions counselor that is in charge of your state or your region of the country. If you go onto our website at admissions.nd.edu, you can look at a map that'll tell you who is your regional admissions counselor, as well as offer you their contact information. However, keep in mind that since it is the summer, many of our counselors are traveling on vacation, so it may be a little bit delayed before they can get back to you. All right, keep sending those questions in. I'm going to take a little break to let my phone recharge, and we'll be back out on campus checking out some more spots before you know it. All right, folks, we're back. I got a question during the break about students getting involved in clubs for beginners when it comes to any form of art on campus. It's also open for anybody who wants to take any of the introductory level courses in any of our visual arts or performing arts or musical arts here on campus. Even if it's just something that you're a little bit curious about or think you might be interested in, take a course in it. Find time in your schedule. Oftentimes those courses end up being a student's favorite during their time here. All right, I just got a couple more questions, so before we head to our next stop, I'm going to go ahead and answer those. The first one was about when you can apply and if you have to wait all the way till the regular decision deadline. Our application goes live on August 1st, and regardless of whether you're looking to apply early action or regular decision, you can submit that application whenever you're done. The other question was about what kind of ACT or SAT score we're looking for to be competitive in the application. Now, we don't have any minimum values for these test scores, and the test score is only one of those 6 sections that I mentioned about earlier today that we're looking at in the evaluation process. However, we are still looking for strong students. The most recent class's middle 50% was a 33 to a 35 and low 1400s to low 1500s on the SAT. Now I'm standing over here on the west side of campus by the Lions Arch here at Lions Hall, one of our female residence halls here on campus. And the reason for that is because earlier today I received a question about my dorm, Carroll Hall, and the long walk to Carroll during the winters. So I figured I'd take you on a little tour and show you it. All right, we made it. Now, what Carroll Hall may lack in a little bit of convenience, it more than makes up for in tradition, community, and the amazing view that you get from the front of the dorm. First question asked about how we evaluate students' GPAs, class rank, when they vary so much, the systems, high school to high school. We evaluate every applicant in the context of the high school. So whatever system your high school uses, we're familiar with it, and that's what we're going to evaluate you using. Between Notre Dame and St. Mary's, there's also opportunities courses at the other institution if it's something that you're interested in but maybe isn't offered or was unavailable to you. While we don't have here at Notre Dame an explicit education program, St. Mary's College across the street does, which would be an opportunity for you to take advantage of those courses, or you can look for another avenue. As a side note, I just heard from one of my colleagues that we have actually just launched our writing supplement questions, so you can go check those out if you're interested. While homeschool students have the same requirements as all other students, there are some ways to help provide a little bit more context to your application that can help us in our application review process. This could be something like taking an SAT subject test to provide a little more context, which is never required of any students, but is a little bit more recommended for homeschoolers. As a result, it doesn't benefit you in any way getting your application in earlier versus getting it in right before the deadline, because ultimately it's going to be in the same pool. Other than the fact that the earlier you get your application in, the earlier it's off your plate. Hey guys, I got a question just now about how do students stay fit if they're not looking to be on a sports team or involved in athletics? But we also have a lot of students who will just make use of campus itself, whether it's for jogging, biking, walking, particularly around St. Mary and St. Joseph's Lake. Here at Notre Dame, research is something that's very important to us, and in particular, since we're an undergraduate-focused university, we have many opportunities for our undergraduate students to get involved in research on campus. The Stinson-Remick Hall of Engineering is equipped with a full nanotechnology research laboratory that also gets undergrads that real-world experience in really cutting-edge topics. Research doesn't have to take place on campus either. There's a lot of opportunities to travel internationally or domestically to do research, whether it be with a professor or on a project that you're interested in. Got some more questions coming in now. This first one is asking about some of the different choir or choral opportunities here on campus. Next question was whether or not there is an Office of Diversity on campus. And the closest thing we have is called our Multicultural Student Programs and Services, MSPS. Some of the work that MSPS does is they have academic initiatives to help connect students with opportunities. They perform cultural enrichment on campus as well as offer some students research grants. Next question I had was, are the dorms at Notre Dame co-ed? And the answer is no. All of our dorms, all 30 of our residence halls are single sex. Another question just came in about whether or not there's any benefit to reaching out to your regional admissions counselor. We do not take demonstrated interest into account when we are reviewing applications, so reaching out for the sake of reaching out isn't going to earn you any brownie points or bonus points in the application process. But if you have specific questions or there's something that you're really interested in that you'd like to know more about, then by all means reach out, because that'll really benefit you in the long run. Had another question come in, this time asking about availability hours of the library and how long it stays open. During the academic year, the library is open from 10 a.m. Sunday morning until 11 p.m. Friday night, and then it reopens 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday. All right, everybody, I am signing off. If you want to get in touch with me, you can always send me an email. Be on the lookout for more Snapchat takeovers coming real soon. Thanks. Have a good night. Bye.